Hi everyone, and welcome to today's video. Today we are going to be testing out and reviewing the original liquid mineral concealer from Bareminerals. Now this retails for $25 US and you can find it in 17 different shades. I have two of the shades right here, which I will be swatching for you. Now this is a clean and vegan formula with 90% naturally derived ingredients that are meant to visibly brighten the under eye area and minimize the look of fine lines. It is going to provide medium buildable coverage with a natural finish. It's not only vegan, but it is also cruelty-free and gluten-free. So like I said, I have two of the shades. This one is the deeper of the two, which is why I ordered a lighter shade. This one is medium tan, which is 3.5 W. So it's warm, pretty deep. So yeah, I didn't want to use this underneath the eyes. I thought it might be a little bit too deep. So then I ordered the light medium shade, which is 2.5 N, making it neutral. And I think this one is going to do just fine. So that's what they look like right there, side by side. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be using the 2.5 N instead of the 3.5 W. It's a little too warm, a little too yellow. I like the neutral shade a lot better. So this is what we're going to be working with today. As far as how I'm going to be testing this corrector out, because it does have a natural finish, I think that it would look really nice on top of my new color corrector. This is the Radiant Creamy color corrector from NARS. And of course, I'm gonna be doing one side with the corrector, one side without. We know that it's intended to be medium coverage, but it does say that it's buildable. So I kind of want to test it as far as like, how much can we build it up? Can it get to full coverage if you build it up a little bit? Do you need a color corrector in order to get like better coverage, more full coverage, that kind of thing. So I'm going to be wearing the concealer along with the corrector over on the right side, and I'm only going to be wearing the concealer on the left side. So let's get started with a little bit of corrector. Just applying a small amount right there, blending it out using my finger. All right, corrector is on. Let me apply some foundation and I'll be right back. All right, I am back. Foundation is on. Let's apply some of this. Let me make sure I get the right one. Okay, yes, light medium 2.5. So I'm just gonna apply it the way that I normally would apply my other concealers. Start off very little, and then if I feel like I need a little bit more coverage, then I will build it up where I need it. So let's start off with the corrected side. Just gonna apply a few dots there, and I'm going to be blending it out using my Deluxe Crease Brush from Real Techniques. If I can find it, here it is. All right, so a little goes a long way with this concealer, that is for sure. And the corrector is definitely helping here. All right, so I'm gonna build it up just a tiny bit more right there. Do you guys see that? I can still see a little bit of darkness peeking through. So I'm just gonna apply the tiniest bit right here. Let me blend this out. Whenever I do build up coverage, with any concealer, I usually try to keep the additional amount that I apply further down. Because if I apply like 2 layers and I apply it all the way, all the way up to the lower lash line, that's when I find that concealers are going to start to crease, settle, do things that we don't want them to do. Although this does claim to be hydrating, but crease resistant or something, right? Yeah, so it's supposed to be crease resistant and provide all day hydration. We'll see. So there's that side. Blend it out. Looks really good. I still think the shade might be a little too deep, but this is light medium. So we're just gonna work with it. We're just gonna work with it for today. And yeah, but I think it might be too deep. Anyway, let's move on to the left side. So just applying a similar amount over here. But of course, we don't have the help of the color corrector, so let's see how much coverage this is going to give us. Ooh, quite a bit. All right, so there is that. Obviously not the same amount of coverage at all, but we are getting, I would say this is definitely medium coverage just with the one layer. Let me add a little bit more to see if we can build this up. And I'm gonna do more than just the one dot since we don't have the help of the corrector over here. All right, so there it is, both sides done. I feel like I'm getting a similar amount of coverage underneath both eyes. Let me set this. All right, so I'm gonna be taking a little bit of my Fenty Pro Filter setting powder in the shade Butter, which looks like this. I'm grabbing that with my Soft Blend number 50 brush and setting this in place. All right, so there it is set. I know it says it's neutral. Is it just me or does it look a little olive underneath the eyes? I don't know, maybe it's just me. Maybe it's the combination of the color correcting shade and the concealer, but I didn't put the color corrector over here. So I don't know, it just looks a little olive to me. Anyway, let me zoom you guys in so that you can take a look underneath the eyes after initial application. All right, so this is it up close. So far so good. I'm just not a fan of this shade, actually. That's like the only thing. But other than that, looks pretty good. It's concealing pretty well, and we'll see how it wears. All right, so let me jump off camera, finish my makeup, and I'll be right back. All right, I am back, ready to continue with my day. It is currently 11:47. I do plan on wearing this all day, and of course you guys are gonna see me halfway through the day under natural lighting to see what this looks like. The only thing that I'm having an issue with as of right now is just the shade. Don't like the shade, but we'll see how the formula wears. So I'll see you back here in a few hours for my midday check-in. All right, so I am back for a quick midday check-in. It is currently 4:39, which means that I've had this on for a good solid like 4 hours, over 4 hours, I wanna say. This is what it looks like. It's moved, I think it's moved around over here. I think I've lost some coverage over on the side that I did not color correct. Whereas the side that I did color correct still looks a little bit more concealed. I've also lost my lipstick. I hate when liquid lipsticks do that, but anyway, lost a little bit of coverage. The shade looks a little orange. Am I wrong? I mean, in the morning, I thought it looked a little bit too olive. Now I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh, it looks a little orange, but it's supposed to be like it's supposed to be light, medium, with neutral undertone. This doesn't look neutral. It looks more warm, a lot more warm. But other than that, I still feel like it's wearing pretty well over here. It is lightweight. It's still very comfortable underneath the eyes. I've put it through some pretty intense heat today and humidity. I've been out for like a good 2.5, almost 3 hours with the kids. And yeah, it's quite hot and humid around where I live. So anyway, I'll continue to wear this for about another 4 hours to give it a full day. And yeah, I'll see you guys back here at the end of the night for my final check-in. All right, so I am back. It is finally the end of the day. I'm calling it. I am hot. I've been sweating. It's just, I'm surprised my makeup is not all melted away because it was so hot out today. It is currently 7:25, which means that I've had this concealer on now for almost a solid 8 hours. Now, before I get into what I think about this concealer after wearing it all day long, I'm going to zoom you guys in so that you can get a good look underneath the eye area after a full day of wear. All right, so here we are. It's definitely broken up. It's broken up, in my opinion, under both eye areas, so it doesn't look as smooth as it did earlier in the day, like I would say during the first half of the day. And it's definitely worn off. I think it's worn off both under eye areas. Definitely more noticeable on the side that I didn't color correct than the side that I did, because obviously it's getting some help from the color corrector. But yeah, we didn't end very well, honestly. All right, so there you have it. That is the under eye area after wearing this all day. I'm sure you can all guess I don't like this concealer. I did not like the way that it wore underneath my eyes today. It just broke up. It moved around a little bit. You can definitely notice it moving around over here along the side that I didn't color correct, more so than the side that I did. I feel like the color corrector definitely helped out over here when it came to coverage. The shade is very confusing because they do have this labeled under light medium with a neutral undertone, but in my opinion, it doesn't have a neutral undertone. I wonder if this oxidizes. And I just put it on the back of my hand, and I'm gonna check it here in a second to see if it does get a little orange on us, because I noticed it at the beginning of the day. I thought I was seeing like an olive undertone, and I still kind of do. But now I'm not sure if it's like an olive undertone or like an excessively warm undertone, like an orange undertone, you know? Because if it is orange, then it definitely oxidizes, and you should take that into consideration when making your purchase and choosing your shade. As far as how it wore, yeah, that was another thing that it was very lightweight. I appreciate the fact that it is a vegan formula. It has minimal ingredients in it. It's also cruelty-free. It's gluten-free. It's like fragrance-free. It has all of the right boxes checked. But it just, unless you're gonna wear it for a short amount of time, unless you're really not trying to conceal dark circles, if you're just trying to like brighten up the under eye area a little bit, then yes, this definitely would be the way to go. But if you're planning on using it all day long, and if you're gonna be out in like a hot environment or a humid environment, it just, I personally, I won't be choosing this one whenever I know that I'm gonna be out and about for more than just, you know, a few hours. And yeah, the shade is just very confusing. All right, so this is what the shade 2.5N looks like after it's been sitting on the skin for a little while, because I swatched this like 5 minutes ago. This is what it looks like as of right now. So the shade is definitely, as far as like it staying the same as straight out of the tube, it doesn't. It does deepen quite a bit. So if you are interested in this concealer, I would say wait until you can get into like your local Sephora or your local Bareminerals store, so that you can swatch it, walk around for a little bit, wait for it to dry down, and then make your selection. Because it's, yeah, they're like two very different shades when it first comes out and when you've had it on for a while. Personally, for me, I'm gonna pass on this one. I appreciate, like I said, I appreciate all of the clean stuff that comes with this particular concealer, but I didn't like the way that it wore. Not underneath my eyes. No, thank you. So that completes today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. I truly hope that you enjoyed today's product review and that you found it helpful. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss out on future videos. And also don't forget to follow me over on Instagram, where I absolutely love to interact with you guys. As always, take care, and I will see you all in my next video. Mwah. Bye.